Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Simple English Cast. I'm your host, Alex, and today we are talking about something that almost everyone has experienced at least once in their life: annoying neighbors.
Hi, everyone. I'm Meera, and Alex, I have to say, this topic is very close to my heart, and also very close to my bedroom wall.
Oh, no, that already sounds dangerous. Is this about loud music again?
Alex, it's not just loud music. It's loud music at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday. Who throws a party on a Tuesday?
Apparently, your neighbor does.
Yes, and I want to say something honest to our listeners. Sometimes neighbors can test your patience more than your exams.
That is very true. So, today we are going to talk about annoying neighbors, funny stories, real problems, and most importantly, how to deal with them calmly and confidently.
And we will also teach you simple English phrases you can use in real life if you ever need to talk to a noisy or difficult neighbor.
Exactly. So this episode will help you improve your English and your mental peace. Meera, let me ask you first. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the words annoying neighbor?
Noise. Always noise. Loud music, loud TV, loud arguments, loud footsteps, just noise.
Yes, noise is probably number one on the list.
But it's not just noise. Some neighbors are nosy.
Ah, yes, not noisy, but nosy.
Exactly. They want to know everything. Who came to your house? Why did you order pizza? Why did you come home late?
That can be very uncomfortable, especially when they ask too many personal questions.
I once had a neighbor who would stand at the balcony every evening and watch everyone.
Like a security camera?
Worse, a talking security camera.
That is terrifying.
And she would say, "Oh, you bought new shoes. How much did they cost?"
That is definitely too much information sharing. Let's teach our listeners a useful phrase here. If someone asks too many personal questions, you can politely say, "I'd rather not talk about that."
Yes, that sentence is very useful. Repeat after us. I'd rather not talk about that.
It sounds polite, but firm. Meera, let's make a list. What are different types of annoying neighbors?
Okay, type number 1, the party animal.
This person believes every day is a festival.
And every night is New Year's Eve.
Type number 2, the complainer.
Oh yes, they complain about everything. Your shoes are outside. Your door closed loudly. Your dog barked once.
Type number 3, the borrower.
This is the neighbor who always borrows things but never returns them.
Can I borrow some sugar? Can I borrow your charger? Can I borrow your ladder?
And then your sugar is gone forever.
Type number 4, the gossip master.
They know everything about everyone.
And sometimes they create stories.
Very dangerous.
Meera, tell me your worst neighbor experience.
Okay, I had a neighbor who practiced drums
That sounds cool.
at 6 a.m.
That is not cool.
every morning. Boom, boom, boom.
Did you talk to them?
At first, no, I was scared.
Why were you scared?
Because I didn't want conflict. I didn't want an argument.
That is something many people feel.
Yes, sometimes we stay silent because we are afraid of creating tension.
If you want to speak politely, you can say, "Hi, I just wanted to talk about the noise in the morning. Is it possible to keep it a little lower?"
That sentence is calm and respectful.
Notice the phrase, "Is it possible?" It sounds softer than saying, "Stop making noise."
Let's think deeper. Why do neighbor problems happen?
Different lifestyles,
Yes, someone works night shift, someone works morning shift,
different cultures,
different habits.
and sometimes simple misunderstanding.
Very true.
What should someone do first when they feel angry at a neighbor?
Don't react immediately.
Yes, take a breath.
Maybe wait one day before talking.
Because if you talk when you're angry, your words can sound rude.
And once you say something rude, it's hard to take it back. Instead of saying, "You are always making noise," say, "I've been having trouble sleeping because of the noise." Instead of saying, "You are so careless," say, "I just wanted to share how I feel."
Meera, this topic is bigger than I thought.
Yes, and we haven't even talked about parking fights yet.
Oh no, parking wars are dangerous.
Very dangerous. Why do neighbor problems become so emotional?
Ah, yes. Because your home is your safe space.
Exactly. When your home feels disturbed, your peace feels disturbed.
That's a powerful sentence.
Thank you. I practiced it because my neighbor gave me inspiration.
Of course he did. Okay, Meera, let's talk about something serious. Parking.
Oh no, not parking.
Yes. Parking problems have ended friendships.
And started silent wars.
Have you ever experienced a parking issue?
Yes. One time, my neighbor parked in my spot.
Maybe it was a mistake.
That's what I thought, so I waited.
And?
3 hours later, the car was still there.
That's not a mistake. That's confidence.
Too much confidence.
If someone parks in your spot, you can say, "Hi, I think there may be a small mistake. This is actually my parking space."
Notice how polite that sounds.
Yes, instead of saying, "Move your car."
Tone is everything.
You can also say, "Would you mind moving your car when you get a chance?"
That phrase, would you mind, is very powerful and polite.
Now, let's talk about pets.
Okay, but first I want to say I love animals.
Me too.
But I do not love when someone's dog barks for 5 hours straight.
Yes, barking can be stressful.
And sometimes pets run into your garden.
Or damage your plants.
Or leave surprises on your doorstep.
That is not a good surprise. Here's something you can say. "I just wanted to let you know that your dog has been barking a lot during the night."
Notice, no blaming.
Yes, focus on the situation, not the person. Instead of saying, "You don't control your dog," say, "I've been having difficulty sleeping because of the barking."
This makes it about your experience.
Now, Meera, let's return to your favorite topic.
Loud music at 2 a.m.
Why do people think walls are soundproof?
I don't know. Maybe they believe in magic.
Have you ever knocked on their door?
Once.
Were you nervous?
Very nervous. My heart was beating fast.
That's normal. Confrontation is uncomfortable.
When they opened the door, I said, "Hi, I'm really sorry to bother you, but the music is a bit loud. Could you lower it slightly?"
That is perfect.
And guess what?
What?
They apologized.
See? Sometimes people don't realize.
Exactly. Not everyone is trying to be annoying.
Let's talk about emotional control.
Very important.
Before reacting, ask yourself 3 questions. Is this intentional? Is this a one-time situation? Can this be solved calmly?
That's very mature, Alex.
I try.
Sometimes we assume bad intentions.
Yes, but maybe they just didn't know.
What if you talk politely and nothing changes?
That's the difficult part.
Maybe they ignore you.
Or they say, "It's not that loud."
That can be frustrating.
Very frustrating. Here's a stronger but still respectful sentence. "I understand you may not feel it's loud, but it is affecting me. Can we find a solution together?"
I like that phrase, find a solution together.
It makes it cooperative. Okay, Meera, let's lighten the mood. Tell me a funny neighbor story.
Okay. One time, my neighbor thought I was stealing their Wi-Fi.
Were you?
No.
Sure.
They came to my door and said, "Are you connected to my internet?"
That's bold.
I said, "No, I can't even connect to my own internet."
That is relatable.
Later, we found out their password was 1234567
That explains everything. Meera, what is more important, winning the argument or protecting your peace?
Protecting peace.
Yes.
Because you see your neighbor every day.
Exactly. This is not a stranger on the internet.
You share walls, you share hallways, you share elevators.
Sometimes you even share awkward eye contact.
The worst kind.
Repeat after us. I just wanted to discuss something. Can we talk for a minute? I hope we can solve this peacefully. Thank you for understanding.
Let's talk about prevention.
Prevention is better than confrontation.
Exactly.
If you build a friendly relationship first, future problems become easier to solve.
Smile when you see them.
Say hello.
Introduce yourself when you move in.
Small gestures create trust.
Let's do a small role play.
Okay.
I'm the neighbor playing loud music.
And I'm the polite but tired resident.
Boom, boom, boom.
Knocking. Hi, Alex. Sorry to disturb you. I have an early meeting tomorrow. Would you mind lowering the music a little?
Oh, I didn't realize it was that loud. Sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
See? Simple. But Meera, what if the neighbor becomes aggressive?
Or starts shouting.
Or refuses to cooperate?
That's when things get serious.
Meera, imagine this situation. You knock on the door politely.
Okay.
You say, "Could you please lower the music?"
Yes.
And they reply, "It's my house. I can do whatever I want."
That's difficult.
Very difficult.
In that moment, your heart rate increases.
You feel angry.
You feel disrespected.
But this is the most important moment.
Why?
Because how you respond decides the future relationship.
If they shout, don't shout back.
If they speak angrily, don't copy their tone.
Stay calm. Speak slowly.
Sometimes silence is powerful. You can say, "I understand this is your home, but the noise is affecting my ability to rest. I'm asking respectfully."
That sentence shows strength without aggression.
Let's talk about boundaries.
Boundaries are not rude.
Yes, boundaries are healthy.
If someone crosses your boundary repeatedly, you must be firm.
Firm does not mean angry.
Firm means clear.
I cannot continue living with this level of noise. This situation needs to change. If this continues, I may need to involve management.
Notice, no threats, just facts.
Okay, Meera, let's say you tried polite conversation.
Yes.
You tried again.
Still no change.
What next?
If you live in an apartment or housing society, you can contact building management.
Or the resident association.
Correct.
But before doing that, keep records.
Very important point. Write down dates and times.
Stay factual, not emotional. If you need to write an email, you can say, "I would like to formally report repeated noise disturbances coming from apartment 304 during late-night hours."
That sounds professional.
Yes, always stay calm in written communication.
This is a sensitive topic.
Yes, calling authorities should be the last option.
Only if the situation becomes unsafe.
Or if there is illegal activity.
Safety first.
Always.
Can we talk about something deeper?
Of course.
Annoying neighbors don't just cause irritation.
They cause stress,
Anxiety.
sleep problems.
Even anger issues.
Yes, your body reacts.
Your mind feels unsafe.
Here are some things you can do. Use earplugs. Play white noise. Rearrange your room if possible. Practice breathing exercises.
And talk to someone.
Yes, don't keep frustration inside.
Some people avoid speaking up because they lack confidence.
Very true.
They think, what if I sound rude?
Or, what if they hate me?
But remember, expressing your needs is not rude.
It's mature. Repeat after us. I respect you and I expect respect in return. Let's find a compromise. I want a peaceful solution. After conflict, you meet them in the elevator.
And suddenly, the elevator feels smaller.
Very small.
What should you do?
Stay normal.
Say hello?
Yes, keep it simple.
No dramatic silence.
Sometimes the issue is personality difference.
Yes, some people are naturally loud.
Some are extremely sensitive.
Some are careless.
Some are defensive.
Understanding personality helps reduce anger.
You don't need to become best friends.
Just peaceful coexistence.
That's enough.
Sometimes small kindness changes everything.
Like what?
Offering help once.
Interesting.
Yes, when people see you as human, not enemy, behavior changes.
Let's list mistakes people make.
Okay.
leaving angry notes, posting complaints publicly, fighting in common areas, recording secretly without legal knowledge,
Also passive-aggressive actions.
like playing louder music in revenge.
That never ends well.
Meera, what is the biggest lesson from all this?
Communication is better than assumption.
Calmness is stronger than anger.
And peace is more valuable than ego.
That's powerful.
Meera, here's a question.
Okay.
Are annoying neighbors really the problem? Or are they a test?
A test?
Yes, a test of patience.
A test of communication.
A test of emotional control.
That's interesting.
Think about it. You cannot control who lives next to you.
But you can control how you respond.
Exactly.
When I had loud neighbors, I felt like a victim.
That's natural.
But then I asked myself, what can I learn here?
And what did you learn?
I learned to speak up calmly.
That's powerful.
Before that, I avoided confrontation in every situation.
So your annoying neighbor helped you grow.
Yes, I didn't like the lesson, but I needed it.
Let's be realistic.
Yes.
Sometimes nothing works.
You try talking,
You involve management,
you stay patient.
and still no peace.
In that case, moving out is not weakness.
It's self-respect.
Your mental health is more important than proving a point.
If you decide to leave, you can say, "We've decided to relocate for personal comfort and peace."
No drama, just dignity.
Can we also remember something important?
What?
Sometimes we are the annoying neighbor.
Oh,
Maybe our music is loud.
maybe our footsteps are heavy.
Maybe our dog barks too much.
That's true.
So before judging, self-check.
That's maturity.
Imagine if everyone followed 3 simple rules.
Respect,
Communication.
empathy,
Neighborhoods would feel different.
less tension.
More cooperation. Let's do one last role play.
Okay.
This time, I'm the neighbor who didn't realize I was disturbing you.
And I'm the confident but calm resident. Hi, Alex. I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to mention that the music has been quite loud late at night. I have early mornings, so it's been difficult for me to sleep.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I'm sorry.
I understand you want to enjoy your time. I just wanted to see if we could find a balance.
Yes, of course. I'll lower it after 10 p.m.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
See how calm communication works?
Yes, no shouting, no ego.
To everyone listening, peace is not about silence outside.
It's about stability inside.
You can't always control noise.
You can control your reaction.
You can choose patience.
You can choose maturity.
You can choose growth.
Annoying neighbors are temporary.
But the communication skills you build are permanent.
Confidence stays with you.
Emotional intelligence stays with you.
And one day,
You might laugh about these stories. Repeat after us. I value peace.
I communicate calmly.
I deserve respect.
I offer respect.
Simple sentences.
Strong mindset.
If you're dealing with an annoying neighbor right now,
Take a deep breath
choose calm words
and protect your peace.
because your home should feel safe.
Not stressful.
This has been Simple English Cast.
Thank you for listening.
We hope today's episode helped you improve your English.
And your emotional strength.
Until next time, stay calm, stay confident, stay kind.